Hey folks, it's Andrew here bringing you some more Keyforge deck reveals. I'm going to do all 4 of these decks and then go ahead and upload them. 3 of them I've already played with. The last one will be sealed unboxing. And between now and Gen Con, I'm hoping to finish off doing our AOA card reviews as well by going through the 3 remaining houses, Untamed, Dees, and Brobnar. I'll see if I can get Mark on for at least one of those, but in any case, I'm hoping to get them finished up before Gen Con, which is coming up pretty fast. It's in just, I guess, about 10 days that I'll be heading out there. So, planning on blitzing through all 4 of these today and then seeing what else I can find time for. I haven't put anything up for a little while because I've been on a little bit of vacation, a little bit of volunteering, just generally busy. So anyway, hoping to catch up with some of these, and I hope you enjoy them. So like I said, I'll do the other 3 decks in a subsequent video. We'll start today with Kayvon Outer Glen Sage. By the way, this is I'm filming this on my new Mars premium kit mat, which I won yesterday. There were only 5 people at the event, but we did Triad, and it was really fun. We did 3 rounds, and the thing that was funny to me is out of the 3 decks that I brought, a different one got banned by my opponent each time. So each opponent was more scared of one of the 3 decks than the others, which I thought was pretty cool. So that means I got to play each deck at least at least twice. So fun stuff. Okay, so this is Kevin Outer Glen Sage. It is Dees, Brobnar, and Untamed. And our first card here we have is 1-2 Punch. It's a Brobnar action with 1 bonus amber, and when you play it, you stun an enemy creature, but if that creature was already stunned, you destroy it instead. And we have 2 of those, which, you know, if you have 2 of these in your hand, that's an easy way to just destroy any creature that you want, any enemy creature. But also, you know, 2 stuns is not bad, so it just depends on what you have coming up next. Bramo is a 4-power, 1 armor giant knight who on play deals 2 damage to each enemy flank creature. Nice for dealing with annoying elusives and whatnot. Calfine is a 5-power giant who deals 2 damage to each neighbor of the creature it's fighting before the fight. So I prefer Bingle Bang Bang over this, but although this has a greater likelihood of being used more than once, but I like that 5 damage on the sides from Bingle Bang Bang a little better. But Calfine is nice, not complaining. Ganger Chieftain is a 5-power giant who on play says you may ready and fight with a neighboring creature. Really nice for, you know, maybe you get to use the Calfine on the turn that you play it, or some other stuff that we have coming here. We have a Gauntlet of Command, an artifact that exhausts to ready and fight with a friendly creature. Groggins, who's an 8-power giant, and when Groggins is used to fight, it can only attack flank creatures. So that's kind of an interesting restriction that changes how you play. Blood of Titans gives a creature +5 power. It's an upgrade, and it also has a bonus amber. So that would put Groggins up to 13, and put Calfine up to 10, etc. Gargante's Scrapper is a 3-power giant with alpha, so you have to play it first thing on your turn. And when the Scrapper is played, you if you have 3 amber or more, you can deal 3 damage to an enemy creature. Ogopogo is a 6-power giant that after it attacks and destroys a creature, you can deal 2 damage to any creature you pick. Relentless Assault is going to let us ready and fight with up to 3 different friendly creatures, 1 at a time when it's played. That's a pretty useful effect. Especially, we have a lot of our Brobnar in here does fancy stuff when it fights, so I think that's a pretty good deal having the Relentless Assault in this deck. Phoenix Heart is an upgrade that gives a creature destroyed, return this creature to its owner's hand, and deal 3 damage to each creature in play. Ember Imp. Now we're into Dees. Ember Imp is a 2-power imp with elusive, and it says after a creature reaps, stun it. That applies to your own as well as your opponent's. Banish is an action with a bonus amber that lets you put an enemy creature into your opponent's archives. Dust Imp is a 2-power imp that, when it's destroyed, gains 2 amber. Exhume is an action with a bonus amber that when you play it, you choose a creature in your discard pile and you can play that creature as if it belonged to the active house and was in your hand. Dust Imp obviously is a nice one to get back out this way. There's some nice stuff in Brobnar here. The Ganger Chieftain is probably a pretty good target, so is Bramo. So yeah, some good targets already for the Exhume, and I think there are more coming up. Misery Exploit is an action that gains you 1 amber for each damaged enemy creature. This will do nicely if we have things that spray damage. Bramo and Cowfine are actually examples of that. So far we already have some good stuff. Phoenix Heart does too, although 3 damage might be enough to mostly wipe the board. Not Finished With You is an action that has a bonus amber and says shuffle any number of creatures from your discard pile into your deck. We have 2 of those, so that's pretty cool. We can recur some of these stronger creatures or ones with nice play effects. Yerk is a 4-power demon whose play effect is to choose and discard a card from your hand. This, I think a lot of people see this and think, I don't like that, but really the power to dump the worst cards out of your hand so you can cycle more is quite powerful. Gongoozle is an action with a bonus amber. It deals 3 damage to a creature. A little more possible synergy with Misery Exploit there. And if it is not destroyed, its owner discards a random card from their hand. So usually I think in terms of, I'm going to deal damage, I want to destroy something, but with Gongoozle, it's actually, you get a benefit if you don't destroy it. And again, that works nicely with the Misery Exploit. Next we have Spider, who's a 2-power demon with Skirmish. Spider gains poison while attacking an enemy flank creature, which can be quite nice. Good for dealing with big stuff. Also good for dealing with big stuff, 3 Fates. It's an action with a bonus amber. You destroy the 3 most powerful creatures. We have some pretty big creatures here. We have the Ogopogo, the Groggans, the Ganger Chieftain, the Cowfine are all fairly big. So this could hurt us, and I think we have some big stuff coming in Untamed too. So this could potentially hurt us, but it's also a nice way to deal with big enemy creatures. And we probably will get at least 1 enemy creature with this, possibly 2 or 3. Oh, another big creature on our side, Ancient Yerk. It's a 6-power demon that when you play it, you choose and discard 3 cards from your hand. That's the big granddaddy of the Yerk. And yeah, this is a really powerful card. This is really great, and I'm happy to see it. It is rare. All right, going into Untamed, we have Dusk Witch, which is a 1-power human witch with Omega and Elusive. So you have to, when you play this, it ends your step 3, which effectively wraps up your turn. It has Elusive, and it makes your creatures interplay ready. But because of the Elusive, it might survive. Because it's power 1, it's a little iffy. All right, next up we have a Full Moon, which is an action that says for the remainder of your turn, gain an amber each time you play a creature. We have a pretty good, well, we'll see how many other Untamed creatures we get through here. We have a Glimmer. Unfortunately, we can't play that after the Full Moon because it has Alpha, but Glimmer is a 1 creature, or a 1-power fairy with Alpha, so you have to play it first thing on your step 3. And when you play it, you return a card from your discard pile to your hand. Marmoswarm is a 2-power beast that gets +1 power for each amber in your pool. So that's kind of nice with a Full Moon. If you play full Moon, it's going to get you the amber and also make the Marmoswarm a little beefier. Persistence Hunting, when you play it, it gives you a bonus amber, and then you choose a house and you exhaust each enemy creature of the chosen house. Pretty cool because this only applies to enemy creatures, not your own. Rusnar is a 4-power beast and insect which has Fight. Destroy an artifact. If that artifact has an amber bonus, you gain that much amber. This is good artifact control. It's a common, and I just feel like I've seen it so much, and I really like it. It's really nice with Brobnar too, because you can play this and then next turn maybe a Ganger Chieftain. So I usually try to leave this on the end if I can. Save the Pack is an action that destroys each damaged creature and then gives you a chain. Song of Spring gives you a bonus amber, and then you can shuffle any number of friendly untamed creatures from your hand, discard pile, or battle line back into your deck. So basically, from anywhere they can go back into your deck. We have some good targets for that actually. The Glimmer is a really good target for that. If Duskwitch was killed, you can cycle it, and Duskwitch is interesting because it's so wimpy. It only has the one power, and its effect is so big. It usually doesn't survive, but that's okay because that means your opponent is having to spend whatever energy to do that, right? I mean, sometimes they have a card that'll just do it, but sometimes they have to work at it, and you're forcing them to, and that's great. Okay, next we have Tantadlin, which is a 9-power tree that only deals 2 damage when fighting, but when it fights, afterward, it discards a random card from your opponent's archives. Really nice if they're doing that crazy Mars stuff. Also nice if you're playing against the Logos, potentially, and we have 2 of them, so that's pretty cool. And this you could leave on the end and do with Gengar Chieftain as well, although unless there's something in your opponent's archives that you really, really want to come out, it's probably, I'd probably rather have the Rustnar get the Gengar Chieftain boost. Alright. They're Everywhere is an action with a bonus amber that deals 2 damage to each enemy flank creature and 1 damage to each enemy creature that's not on a flank. This is a good example of a card that just murders Duskwitch. And there are 2 of them in here. So, cool story. So this deck has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 printed amber, and then probably we get to 15 if we count the Dust Imp, and maybe 16 if we count the Full Moon's probably good for 1. Maybe 1 for the Misery Exploit, depending. It has a lot of good support, right? They're Everywhere. The Tantadlins even. The Gongoozle and things like Ogopogo and Baramo and Cowfine are all pretty decent ways to get damage pings out that will get you money with the Misery Exploit. So the trick is just getting it when your opponent has creatures on the board. You're probably going to get an amber out of Misery Exploit. The danger is if you just wiped them or something. So anyway, that's Coven Outer Glen Sage. I think I got to play 1 game with this, and I think it managed to win, but it was definitely fun, and I'm really excited. I would like to get more plays in with it with that Ancient Yerk, because it's just so nice to get to burn through things that fast. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and that you'll come and watch some more later on.